Here's a question. We're going to try to get a response from both members of the panel, and we're going to pose it to Jennifer Marietta-Westberg. Dr. Marietta, some SEC enforcement releases discuss the SEC's use of data analytics in identifying the case. What constitutes a data analytics program, and in what areas is the SEC using them?
Yes, so you may have noticed those in more and more action descriptions now. And I believe you'll see these analytic programs related to various types of registrants. So it could be corporate issuers, it could be broker-dealers, or potentially I've seen them listed related to certain kinds of products, let's say complex types of securities. And the SEC has been very open, even with statements by some of their enforcement personnel this last spring, that these are outlier analyses. So they're essentially examining a company and seeing how the company compares to its peers on various dimensions or metrics. Where is the firm an outlier? Is it an outlier related to certain financial information in filings, or other types of metrics in which they can compare them to their peers? And there are programs all throughout the SEC, many in DERA, as I mentioned that division earlier, but also investment management, the examination staff, the enforcement staff. These types of programs are here to stay.
Thank you for that, Jennifer. I want to get in one question for Ryan Wolfe. Ryan, what are auditors currently required to do with respect to ESG disclosures?
So I think that's a really important question, both with respect to ESG and just kind of stepping back and understanding the role of an auditor in financial reporting. So the auditor's requirement is to audit the financial statements. So I kind of make a big distinction between what's in the financial statements that is covered by that audit opinion and all of the other stuff that is not. For example, non-GAAP disclosures, or to the extent that there is an ESG related item in a filing. The auditor's responsibility currently with respect to that is to read it and make sure it is consistent with the information. But it's a much lesser standard than the standard with respect to the financial statements. So I think this is an important area to watch going forward, because to the extent that the Commission chooses to make additional new information incorporated into ESG information, the next question is going to be, does it need to be audited, and whom can do that audit? Is it a registered public accounting firm, which leads to even more questions about, okay, well, is the PCAOB going to look at that work? But it's a interesting question, and it has a big effect on the level of reliability that investors are getting on the information that's presented in a filing.